In this section, we'll cover the tools and techniques of the human resource planning process. There's 3 tools and techniques for human resource planning: organization charts and position descriptions, networking, and organizational theory. Organization charts can be depicted in one of 3 ways: hierarchical, matrix, or text. Hierarchical charts are the typical format. This consists of a design in a top-down format. It can illustrate an organization breakdown structure that shows how the work breakdown structure elements relate to the organization's departments, work units, or teams rather than individuals. It could also illustrate a resource breakdown structure that breaks down the work of the project according to the types of resources needed. Matrix-based charts are used to show the type of resource and the responsibility they have on the project. It's used to illustrate a responsibility assignment matrix to graphically display this information. You may also know this as a RACI diagram. It's depicted as a chart with resource names listed in the row at the top and project phases or work breakdown structure elements listed as the columns. It shows the intersection where resources are needed and can be taken to various levels depending on what the project manager intends to illustrate. It relates the organization breakdown structure to the work breakdown structure to ensure that every component of the work of the project is assigned to an individual. This is an example of a RACI or RAM matrix-based chart. Across the top you have the resource or area name. Along the left side are the work packages. RACI stands for the type of responsibility that the individual or group has for that work package. R stands for responsible for performing the work. A stands for accountable, the one who's responsible for producing the deliverable or work package and approves or signs off on the work. C stands for consult, someone who has input to the process or the work or the decisions. I stands for inform, someone who must be informed of the decisions or results. So here you can see that for creating a work order, Resource 1 is responsible, Resource 2 is consulted, Resource 3 is informed, and Resource 4 is accountable. When a significant amount of detail is needed to describe roles and responsibilities, a text-oriented format can be used. It's also known as a position description or role responsibility authority form, and it details the role, the responsibility, and the amount of authority that a particular position has. Networking is a technique that helps to find a specific resource needed for a project and takes the form of proactive communication, lunch meetings, informal conversations, and trade conferences. Lastly, we have organizational theory. This refers to all the theories that attempt to explain what makes people, teams, and work units perform the way they do. It improves the probability that planning will be effective, and it helps to shorten the amount of time it takes to produce the human resource planning outputs. In the next section, we'll cover the outputs from HR planning.